Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Got a quite unique beer actually, and I have actually tried this one before. I went to Birretta recently because they had recently stocked a couple of recent Camber Bavaria beers, and I thought, yeah, I'll go in and get them because one of them was a collaboration brew, and the other was a sweet stout, which I'm not sure if I'll have uploaded that by now. But yeah, I went in there, just going in to pick up a couple of bottles, and Martin, who works there, said hello. He was dealing with the customer, that sort of thing, and he said, "I've got a weird beer for you to try." So I was like, it's rude not to say no, especially when you're getting offered a beer to try, and it comes up with a discussion and that sort of thing. So I was like, yeah, sure, fantastic. So he brings out this beer, which is, as you can read there, is a Gurkin Gose, which is a collaboration between Hertl and Hopfmeister. I think it's Braumanufaktor Hertl and Hopfmeister Braumanufaktor. The links will be down below and you can read it, what it's supposed to be in the title. But yeah, it's a Gurkin Gose. So of course it's got salt in there. It's also brewed with, as you can tell, gherkins, as well as coriander, and the hops used are Hallertau and Cascade, if I'm correct, and of course you've got like bacteria in there as well. That just sounds horrible. I've said it complete. Bacteria cultures in there as well to give it a little bit more sourness. So yeah, this will be my third Gose beer that I'll review on the channel. The other two have been interesting. One from Freigeist Beer Tour, which was a Spruce Gose, and one from Tuol, which was the Orange Goes to Hollywood. A little bit active, shouldn't have shook it up. And I've spilt it on my leg. Yeah, it's an active beer, alright. You can taste it straight away. You can just get hit straight away with that full flavour. So yeah, Gose beers and sour beers in general are something new to me, and when I'm back in the UK this October, I'm going to be trying to get hold of some of the wild beer sour beers, because they've been intriguing. They really have. So yeah, because of my pour, there's really no head at all, and it's a nice hazy orangey yellow. You can only just about see like the shadow of your hand through there. Not too much going on in terms of carbonation either. Not really active. You see a few bubbles coming up to the top of the beer. I'll try and generate some head once I've give it a little bit of a taste. But yeah, looks nice and cloudy. So let's give it a sniff. And instantly what hits me is this sort of like Hallertau hop that you pick up in some lagers. I think it's mainly lagers and Hellas beers. But then you get this really nice like sourness coming from that gherkin. Almost tastes as if, or smells like you've just opened up a jar of like gherkins in vinegar. Pickled gherkins. Well, pickled cucumbers are gherkins. The review's going great so far, isn't it? It's like you've opened a jar of that and you've got a nice whiff, and it's got sort of like a yeasty, slightly lager-esque smell behind it, which if you were to open a jar of gherkins and you smelt that, then you would probably throw those gherkins away. But the fact that it's a beer, it's not too overpowering, but it's not too bland either on the aroma. And you can pick up that herby, like slightly peppery coriander in there as well. Definitely pick up a bit of the salt. It's, that sourness is there as well. Almost has like a slight savoury sort of edge to it. No real sweetness whatsoever, but I wouldn't really expect that at all, to be honest. Maybe a slight bit of like an apple juice aroma as well. Yeah, I can tell you straight away from the aroma, it's not to everyone's tastes already, but to me it doesn't smell like amazing. It's not making me drool or anything like that, but it does smell nice. So yeah, let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. Oh yeah, it's just amazing how much that tastes like gherkins. Maybe slightly salted, slightly seasoned. There's like sort of like orange juice in the background, like a slight Seville orange juice character in the background. Very slight fruitiness. You definitely pick up a little bit of that salt as well. In fact, you pick up a lot of that salt when you drink it. And then you've got that leafy, herby coriander working in there as well. I'm not too sure if I'm picking up the Cascade hop, either in the aroma or on the flavour, but I'm guessing it's doing something there, because it's not really like a lagery, like base beer, if you catch my drift. Super zingy, not too sour, not too overwhelming, but nice and refreshing. And you're salivating, but there's a slight dryness on the back end as well. And you want to go in for another drink. I mean, it's only a 4% ABV beer, so it's definitely sessionable, definitely something more for, you know, warmer months, even though we're coming towards the end of summer now. But this would have been perfect, you know, just outside, you're sweltering hot, you need some liquid refreshment, and this is going to do the job. But it's going to do well no matter what temperature or what the situation, because it's a really solid beer. I was reading one quick review on Rate Beer, which is, you know, a fantastic source for yeah, I won't get into that because you can't really trust those websites. I use them sometimes for reference, but I don't take everything I get there I take it with a pinch of salt, to be honest. But yeah, someone said that it felt to them as if they were literally drinking out of the jar, like a jar of pickles, or like a jar of gherkins, that sour, like vinegar that helps preserve the cucumbers. I mean, you definitely pick up the cucumber there, but it is intensified from that preserving process, I suppose. But it's not too overpowering. It doesn't taste as horrible as that would be, even though I know a lot of people do like to drink straight out of the jar when they finished with the gherkins. You do get that slight taste of maybe, I mean, I think there is a bit of lactose in there, just those cultures. But it's not too dairy as if you are like eating tzatziki, but you get that image in your head. And this beer is going to go perfectly with a nice, like, spicy, nicely seasoned sort of like gyros or Greek food or Mediterranean food as well. It's going to complement a lot of cuisines, I'd say, but it's going to work well on its own as well. But yeah, one that I would recommend mainly on curiosity, because some people are going to take one sip of this and they're going to just give it to someone else or just throw it away. It did take me back when I first, you know, drank it. Maybe it would have been better doing a review completely blind. But yeah, considering this is only my like third Gose beer, I'm really quite enjoying it actually. And I know that there are beers out there within that sour sort of category that would completely knock the socks off of this beer in that context. But this is really nice and drinkable, nice and refreshing, nice and zesty, spritzy. Then you've got that nice sourness coming in, that nice saltiness. It's all really nicely balanced. It doesn't leave any unpleasant flavours on the mouthfeel. But if you don't like your solid beers, who the fuck likes solid beers? If you don't like your sour beers, then stay away from this one. But that being said, it's not too sour to put too many people off. In terms of availability, I think this is a limited batch. So if you come across a bottle, then I definitely highly recommend you guys checking this one out. So yeah, in terms of a rating, see, this one has problems because I'm not too well versed in the style. I feel like a fraud because I'm really enjoying it to give it like a blind 10 out of 10. Because I've only got 2 other beers of this style to compare it to. But I can't really pick out anything negative. So I think in an objective angle, I can easily give this beer a 9 out of 10. And yeah, I look forward to sampling more beers from both breweries involved. because they seem to be doing interesting stuff individually, and yeah, I do like my collaboration beers. So yeah, if you've got some nice Greek food, got some gyros, that sort of thing, got a nice pita bread with tzatziki, something nice and, you know, zingy and sour, then this is going to complement that perfectly. But you could have it with a burger, you could have it with a pizza. I wouldn't necessarily say you have this with like a roast dinner, because then it's just going to make your roast dinner taste a little bit weird. But yeah, definitely got those summery vibes to it, and yeah, fantastic little beer, 9 out of 10 from me. So if you've tried this one, then as always, give me your thoughts and opinions. If you've tried many Gose beers, or Gurkin beers for that matter, well actually I think according to the website this is like the first of its kind. I'm not too sure. That's as far as my research went for that one, because I didn't want to completely ruin the beer, even though I already drank it, so that takes that out of the equation anyway. But yeah, another high quality beer review from me, I'm sure you'll agree. But yeah, fantastic beer. Weird, it's intriguing, but it's tasty and not too offensive on the palate. But yeah, if you'd have given me this beer, like when I first started drinking craft beers and delving into real ales and traditional beers from around the world, I would have just looked at you in the face and said, what the hell is this? So yeah, 9 out of 10 from me. Definitely give it a go if you get the opportunity. So check out the breweries involved. As always, I'll put references down below to this beer so you can find out a bit more. You'll probably find out more in like a crappy rate beer review than you have from what I've just said. But I like doing these beer reviews anyway. It gives me an excuse to chat and connect with you guys out there as well. So yeah, I'm not going to be the whiny, clueless drinker that I used to be. But yeah, I just wish I'd picked up more of these, because it's really nice. We're having like soy pulled pork burgers today. So yeah, it would have been interesting to pair it with that. It might actually make the soy pulled pork taste a lot better than it potentially will be. But I'm really enjoying eating these like vegetarian, vegan alternatives to meat, even though, yeah, I'll never give up the meat or the double chin. Anyway, I'm waffling on about absolute nonsense. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter for much more condensed nonsense. Subscribe if you like this nonsense, and I hope when you're drunk enough you'll join me for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers, guys.